Alrighty, really great to be back once again. If you guys are watching this video, remember to subscribe, use code out in the item shop. But today we're going to be talking about the good old Nightfall, and the Nightfall is part of the black metal weapon set. It's actually a okay weapon. I would probably compare it to the broad slicer or the brute slicer, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much the same thing and the same loadout. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check out that video because it's pretty much the same thing, but it's a different weapon and it has different damage. I believe it's a higher crit chance or crit hit damage, and then it also has higher damage overall in the same attack speed. That's actually interesting. The stats are the same besides the damage and the critical hit damage. And then I think the crit hit chance is actually 1% lower. Actually, let me compare it real quick. Let's see. So here's a black blade. Can I compare? Yeah, I can. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, the brute slicer right here. So yeah, so the critical hit damage is actually lower. The crit hit chance is higher, and the actual damage itself is higher, and then the impact's lower. But impact doesn't really matter unless if you're trying to hit back enemies. But yeah, it's pretty much the same weapon. The only difference is the critical hit chance and damage is higher, but that just makes up for the fact that the critical hit damage is actually lower by what is that, 25%. So 25%, not bad, honestly. Yeah, I mean, it makes up like about 3,000 more damage, just about 3,000 like 500. So yeah, it's very interesting weapon in comparison of the brute slicer. So yeah, but once again, if you guys didn't check out the other video, go check that out because the loadout is pretty much the same thing. We're going to be running Jade Assassin Sarah. She basically does dealing melee weapon damage, grants 1 stack of assassination, and it's up to 5 stacks, and then it lasts 5 seconds and increases your melee weapon damage by 18%, which is a decent amount of time, or decent amount. And then once the stacks are stacked, you know, like you're doing a crazy amount of damage. And then of course, blast from the past really good because more health, basically more health with melee weapons, you die less. And then on top of that, we also have Paley Luna in support along with Hyde for the blast from the past. And then from the deaths, because increasing melee weapon damage by 44% based on the percentage of your missing health is good because we're using a black metal weapon set or black metal melee weapon because, you know, it just works. All right. And then we have Battle Beat just because we want that increased melee attack speed, and then Monster Smash because it increases our life leech whenever our health is lower. So kind of nice. Definitely a really good loadout. Once again, it's the same one as the brute slicer loadout that we did run. But yeah, that's the rundown. Otherwise, we're going to be running a repair. I really wish I probably might like revisit the video or maybe get more footage before editing, because I kind of do want to like put a little bit more footage in, but we're going to be running a repair. The repairs are pretty easy, but I need a nature husk because it's locked to fire. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, let's jump into the mission, test out the weapon, and see how it holds up in 160s. Alrighty, we found a smasher and easy peasy. I'm gonna kill this enemy first, just test it out. Yeah, there we go. About 3 swings. Yeah, so this makes sense. It has more damage, but it has less crit damage, basically. Or the percentage is less, so like it's not going to be an insane amount of damage right away, but we definitely do more damage upon each hit. So as you can see, you know, it takes a little less to do more. I don't know if that makes sense, and you know, or like on paper it doesn't make sense, but as you can see, it's basically exactly like the brute slicer. It just, you know, one shots most enemies besides like chunkier enemies like Husky Husk. But for your classical basic husk, they just die instantly. So yeah, pretty basic. Honestly, in comparison, I don't know if the range on this one's further than the actual brute slicer. I don't know if that's how that works with melee weapons. I don't know if like there's a range difference from how far you can swing from. But either way, it's pretty much the same weapon. Just a little bit more damage. That's pretty much it. I'm also noticing that I do a little, like, I know I do more damage, but they try to explain this in a way that makes sense. I do more damage and like I kill enemies faster because I do that more damage. And then with the brute slicer, it takes a little bit more swing, but I have a higher chance of actually doing more damage too. I know like explaining it out loud kind of is like weird, but I think if you watch the brute slicer video, you'd probably understand what I mean, because it takes less swings to actually kill enemies with this weapon rather than the brute slicer, where that one takes about like 3-4 swings before it actually does anything. Unlike this one, where I swing a few times and I do a decent amount, you know, like a chunky amount of damage. Like, see, like right there. Like, it took me what, like 6-7 swings to kill the Mist Monster. Let's see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 5 swings. The other one was probably 6 to 7, maybe 8. on occurrence, but honestly, not bad. I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I might actually have to use these weapons a little bit more often, because in comparison of the other melee weapons that I've used in the past, I feel like this one's more unique. You know, the less health I have, the more damage I'm doing. And then, of course, that increased damage for that 5th perk that I have on. So it adds 80% more damage if... I believe it's the less health I have, actually. Let me see. Let me double check that real quick. So, yeah. Yeah, adds 80% bonus damage. So the less health I have, the more damage I'm going to be doing. So really interesting. Otherwise, I'm going to find the modules. We get the mission started and see how it holds up in the actual defense. Alrighty, the mission is started. Yeah, honestly, if you're watching this video, I know I'm a little rusty. And I'm kind of sad that I have to do this in repair, because I feel like it's very like minimal. You don't really know what's like, you know, like there's not a lot of enemies to kill, but the enemies that you do kill, you can actually like single them out and look and see actually how much damage you do. So yeah, I said do. But I don't know. I feel like it's an easier way to see if a weapon is decently good or not. But I don't know. I really do think this weapon is a little bit better, if not like around the same as the Brute Slicer. I mean, in reality, they're almost the same weapon. It's just one has more damage and then one has more crit chance, pretty much. So it is interesting. Now, once you get those four hits off, that explosion actually does a decent amount of damage. I do have to say that 6 perk does kick in. Ooh, wait, can I like... Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, we'll kill the Smasher either way. So let's see. So it's 2, 3, 4. No, that was 4. Where's the explosion? Oh, I forgot. The cooldown, if you switch weapons. There's also a tip you're using the weapons. If you switch off the same weapon and then go to the next one after the 4 hits, the cooldown is ignored. So like if you switch weapons, it is a little bit tedious and annoying, but you still can do it. So let's see, that's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, not bad. I mean, if you're trying to do a Smasher, I think a Smasher is a lot better. In reality, not really. But I don't know. Actually, wait, that's a decent amount of damage. If I switch in between both of them and then cause that explosion, not really. Yeah, I don't know. I think I pull the good old Discharger, which is actually kind of currently out right now. I'm going to pull the Discharger out because it's a Smasher, and a repair is easily losable by destroying all these walls. So let's just get that Miniboss out of the way. Get it gone. Yeah, there we go. No, enemies, go away. Yeah, I honestly... There we go. I think we're good there. Oh, gosh. They're getting in from the back. Let's kill this Smasher real quick. There we go. Explosion gone. Miniboss gone. Repair the stuff. There we go. And there we go. Bam. Put down some traps. And I think we're good. Yeah, that's the one thing about repairs. They might seem really easy, but they're also really easily losable. Just considering the fact that, you know, one enemy gets through and, you know, like, I think like 3 enemies got through and we're already less than half. You know what I mean? So it's a little scary, but hey, I mean, you know, we got it. Once the mini boss is gone, we're big chilling, I think. If, you know, more Smashers would stop breaking my walls. Get out of here, Smasher. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah, watch what happens when I hit you 4 times. Exactly. Ooh, get gone. Get crapped on. Exactly. What the heck are you doing back there? I don't know. That husk was giving me a look. I didn't like that. Otherwise, I think we're good. Yeah, pretty much it. Mini boss gone. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like these weapons are very basic, but it's also something nice to cover. Not a lot of people know about the black metal weapon set, or they just skip over it because they think that once you lose health, you're basically done for. You're not gonna like be able to do anything, or you know, like they're just not fun to use, you know, but they actually are. I don't think you should sleep on these weapons. They definitely have their perks and whatnot, and their reasons to be used. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's nothing really crazy else to talk about. Try out the weapon before you knock it down saying it's not good, because you'd be surprised once you try your weapon for yourself and, you know, realize, hey, that's not a bad weapon. You know, maybe I should try the other ones. Can these Smashers not? We actually have a lot of Smashers this one. Otherwise, yeah, thank you for watching. Remember, use code Mattio in the item shop. Appreciate it. Subscribe down below. Like the video. That helps me. Otherwise, you guys have a great morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are. And I'll have to see you guys in the next one.